Hello students, welcome once more to online class for class 10th computer applications. Today we are going to study about character functions in Java. In today's session, we will study about what are the character functions and how many types of character functions are available in Java. We will also study about the syntax of these functions with examples, and we will cover the programs related with these character functions. So without wasting the time, starting with the character functions. These functions deal with character manipulations and work on characters only. We need to be careful about case of letters, that is where to use uppercase letter, where to use lowercase letter while naming a character function. There are two categories of character functions available in Java. First category is Boolean character functions and second one is conversion character functions. Boolean character functions are those functions which accept a character as an argument and returns a Boolean value, that is true or false value. Six functions come in this category. Now, conversion character functions are those functions which convert one character into another character. Two functions come in this category. So total we are going to study about 8 functions. So starting with the first one, Boolean character functions. These functions accept a character as an argument and return a Boolean value, that is true or false value. This is the common definition for all the Boolean character functions. Their syntax is also common. Same syntax we will apply in all the 6 Boolean character functions. Since these functions return a Boolean value, so first we need a Boolean variable to store the result. Now we need a wrapper class character because all these character functions are present in this wrapper class. So be careful about first letter, that is C, which is in capital letter. After the wrapper class character dot the name of the function. Now every function receives a character as an argument, so in the parenthesis we need to enter the argument. That argument can be in the form of character variable or character constant, or we can write the ASCII value of a character, or fourth option, if you know the Unicode of the character, this function can receive the Unicode also. So let me tell you once more. These character functions can receive a character in the form of character variable or character constant, or ASCII code of the character can be entered, or Unicode can be accepted as an argument. So starting with the first function in the Boolean character functions, before starting with the Boolean character functions, let me ask you one thing. In English grammar, whenever a sentence starts with is, like if I ask you, is it a pencil? What will be your answer? Your answer can be yes or no. So here yes means true, no means false. So whenever a function starts with is, it means it is a Boolean character function. So the result of this function will be either true value or false value. So first function is is letter. With the name itself it is clear. This function will check whether the entered argument is a letter or not. Letter means English alphabet, capital A to Z or small a to Z. If the entered argument belongs to a letter, uppercase letter or lowercase letter, then this function will return true value, otherwise function will return false value. See the example here. Suppose we have 5 variables A, B, C, D, E to store the result. Just type 2 times, let me remove it. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E will store the result of the function. We have variables ch1 that stores capital D, ch2 stores small d, ch3 stores a digit 6, ch4 stores a character question mark. So all these 4 variables belongs to character type. Now for using the function, first we need to write a boolean variable, that is A, B, C, D, E I have written in all 5 examples. Now the name of the wrapper class, which is character, which is common in all. After the wrapper class we need to write the name of the function. So name of the function is letter. So everywhere is letter. Now the function receives a character argument. So inside the bracket or parenthesis, I have entered ch1, ch2, ch3, ch4 and 65. In the beginning, in the syntax, I had told it can receive a character in the form of character variable, character constant or ASCII code or Unicode. So in first 4 cases, I have entered character variable from ch1 to ch4. In the last example, I have entered the ASCII code. 65 is the ASCII code of capital A. So compiler will consider it as capital A, which is a letter. So this function will check whether entered argument is a letter or not. So you can see here ch1 is uppercase letter capital D, ch2 is small letter small d. So in first 2 cases function will return true value. So A and B will store true. ch3 is a digit, ch4 is a special character. So C and D will store false value. And the last one, since 65 is the ASCII code of capital A, which is a letter, so E will return true value. Now see the program which I have designed in my system. Same program I have designed. Example is same. We are printing the value of A, B, C, D, E. So I had told you in first 2 cases capital D and small d, so function will return true value, and in the last case 65 is the ASCII code of capital A, which is also a letter. So first, second and fifth will return true, So let us see the result. So you can see here, first and second is true and last one is also true. I think program should be clear to you now. Let us clear it. So first function we have covered. Now the second function is digit. With the name itself, it is clear that this function will accept a character as an argument. If the entered argument is a digit, function will return true, otherwise it will return false. So I have taken the same example. Directly see the program. CH1 is capital D, CH2 is small d, both are letters. CH3 is digit 6. CH4 is having special character. So out of these four variables, only CH3 stores a digit. So C will store true value, and the last one E. Character dot is digit. Here I have entered 48. So 48 is the ASCII code of digit 0. So it is also a digit. So E will also store true value. So third and fifth will return true value. So let us see the result. So last one E, it is showing true here, and C part CS3 you can see it is a digit. So this is C. I think this example should also be clear to you. Now let us move to next function. Is letter, is digit we have covered. Now third one is the combination of both of them. Is letter or digit. Here be careful, capital L I have used here to start the letter. Here O is capital and D is capital. So first character of each word is capital. So if the entered argument is either letter or digit, letter means it will cover both uppercase and lowercase, then the function will return true, otherwise it will return false. Now we will see the program directly. Again I have declared boolean variable, 5 variables A, B, C, D, E to store the result. CH1 capital D, CH2 small d, both are letters. CH3 is digit. So first three variables are either letter or digit, but the fourth one, ch4, is special character. So in first three cases, function will return true because it is either letter or digit. Fourth one will become false. Now see the fifth one. We can enter a character constant also in the argument list. For entering the character constant, use single quotes. So here I have entered dot. Dot is a special character. It is neither a letter nor a digit. So last one will be also false. Fourth one, ch4, is also a special character question mark. So fourth and fifth will be false. So let us see the result. So you can see first three are true because they are either letter or digit, and last two are false because both of them are special characters. So third function is over. Now the fourth function is uppercase. In this function, U is capital, U is capital and C is capital. So be careful about this function. So this function will accept a character as an argument. If entered argument is a uppercase letter, it will return true value, otherwise false value. Now see the program code. Similar example I have taken. Again, 5 variables A, B, C, D, E are declared Boolean type. ch1 capital D, ch2 small d, ch3 digit 6, ch4 question mark. So among these four, which one is in uppercase? Only ch1, first one is in uppercase. So first one, because of uppercase, A will store true, B, C, D will store false, and the last one E. Capital H is entered in the argument, so that is also a uppercase letter. So first one and last one is true here, others are false. Let us see the result. So you can verify the result with the code. Let us run it again. See the code again is uppercase. ch1 stores capital D. Other three are not capital letters, and the last one is capital letter. So these are the results. Now we will see the next function is lowercase. Is lowercase is the reverse of is uppercase. It will return true value if the entered argument is in lowercase. See the code here. CS2 is in lowercase. CH1, CH3 and CH4, they are not in lowercase. So second one, B will store true value because CS2 is in lowercase. Now the last one, here small h is entered in the argument list. So E will also store true value. So second value and last value is true here. Let us clear it first. So let us verify it. Last value was a small h, which is a lowercase letter. So last one is true here. And CS2 is small d. So B stores true. So second one is also true. So this function is also over. Now the sixth function is white space. Here W is in uppercase letter. All other characters are in small letter. White space means space key. When you press space bar, it leaves a single space. So this function white space will accept a character as an argument. If the entered argument is a space, single space, then function will return true, otherwise it will return false. So let us see the example. A program I have designed for white space also. Again A, B, C, D, E, 5 variables of Boolean type. CH1, CS2, they are letters, CS3 is digit, CH4 is space. So last one, CH4 is space. So A, B, C, it will store false value because CH1, CS2, CS3 are letters and digit. But D will store true because CH4 is single space. Now what about E? Here I have entered 32 in the bracket, which is the ASCII code of space. So last two, both are spaces. So we will get true value. Now see the result. So you can verify last two values are true here. These are the last two values, ch4 and 32, both are spaces. Now all the six functions are over which belongs to Boolean category. Now we will see the functions which belong to conversion functions. Conversion character functions. These functions accept a character as an argument and return a character value after conversion. Since the function returns a character value, so we need a character variable to store the result. Again, same wrapper class, we need character, then after dot, name of the function. Now in the argument, character variable or constant can be entered. There are two functions here, two uppercase and two lowercase. This function is used to convert lowercase letter to uppercase letter. If the argument passed is lowercase letter, then it will change to uppercase letter. But if the argument entered is already in uppercase letter or digit or special character, then there will be no change, it will remain same. Now see the program for two uppercase. Here A, B, C, D are variables of character type because the two uppercase function returns a character value, so we need to store a character value in these variables. ch1, ch2 capital D and small d, ch3 is digit 6, ch4 is special character question mark. Now A, character dot to uppercase ch1. Since ch1 is capital D here, which is already in uppercase letter, so uppercase letter cannot be converted to uppercase letter, so it will remain as it is, same, that is D itself. Here ch2 is small d, so small d will change to capital D, so variable B will store capital D. Both variable A and B will store capital D, and in case of C and D, ch3 is a digit, ch4 is a special character, so it will remain as it is, there will be no change. So in the output we will get capital D, 6 and question mark. Now see the result. So A and B stores the same letter capital D, and C and D stores digit 6 and special character question mark. Now the last function of today's session is left, two lowercase. It is similar to two uppercase. It will change the uppercase letter into lowercase letter. Only uppercase will convert to lowercase, but if the entered argument is already in lowercase or special character or digit, so that will remain same. See once more. This function is used to convert uppercase letter to lowercase letter. If the argument passed is already in lowercase letter or digit or special character, then there will be no change. It will remain same. So same example is used here. Name of the function is to lowercase. So first argument ch1 is capital D. So capital D will change to small d. So A will store small d. Second argument ch2. ch2 is already in lowercase letter, that is small d. So it will remain same. ch3, ch4, because of digit and special character they will also remain same. So we will get the result small d, 6 and question mark. So you can verify. So whatever we have covered today, let us revise once more. Today we have covered character functions. There are two categories of character functions: Boolean character functions and conversion character functions. I hope you would have understood all the functions. So please revise all the functions, their definitions, syntax with the examples. In the next video, we will cover the string functions in Java. So till then, take care. Thank you.